Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. For the local news, Board Member Reynaldo Bragais of the 1st Legislative District of Albay has withdrawn his motion for approval of the ordinance to allow e-bikes in Tabaco City amid questions arising from the Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Albay or SPA during its 77th SPA regular session on February 20, 2024. The City Ordinance Number 8-046-2024 Series of 2024 of the City of Tabaco, entitled Prescribing the Rules and Regulations for the Use of Electric Bicycles or e-bike in the City of Tabaco and Providing Penalties for Violation thereof, will pursue for a committee hearing for a review and more study after concerns raised were not answered by the information on the said ordinance as presented. Given the circumstance, this led Bragais to withdraw his motion to adopt the said ordinance. In another story, inspired by the successful comeback of the 5150 Triathlon Camsur, dubbed as the original race destination, Camarines Sur Governor Luigi Villafuerte now sees the potential of the province as the adventure hub of the Philippines, offering diverse activities from extreme sports to ecotourism ventures. The 5150 Triathlon and Go for Gold Sunrise Sprint, in collaboration with the provincial government of Camarines Sur, made a comeback after a 15-year hiatus since the first Ironman brand of events was held in the Philippines in 2009. This year's event took place at the Camarines Sur Water Sports Complex or CWC in Pili, Camarines Sur on Sunday, February 11, with more than 250 triathletes coming from 11 countries vying for the win. In another news, the municipal government of Virac in the province of Catanduanes distributed more than 700 life jackets to registered fishermen as part of its maritime safety campaign. The Catanduanes provincial government now requires all boaters and fishermen on small boats navigating 100 meters away from shorelines or river banks to wear life jackets at all times. Violators of Provincial Ordinance 034-2024 may face a fine of up to 5,000 pesos, imprisonment, or both. Barangay officials, the Philippine Coast Guard, and the PNP Maritime Group are authorized to apprehend and issue citation tickets to violators. In the national scene, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged the public to read and stressed the importance of history as the country marked the 38th anniversary of the EDSA People Power Revolution, which ousted his father and namesake from power in 1986 on February 25. The president gave the statement in response to the letter of a certain Erica, who pointed out that people, especially in the Philippines, have distorted ideas of politics. Marcos Jr., whose family has been accused of hiring trolls and fake accounts to whitewash the atrocities during their patriarch's dictatorship, underscored that there is a need for the public to read various materials, as he acknowledged the proliferation of fake news. Yesterday, various groups held a wreath-laying ceremony at the People Power Monument to commemorate the 1986 demonstrations that toppled Marcos Sr. Meanwhile, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Sunday, February 25, called out public utility drivers who have been used to disregarding traffic rules, saying driving etiquette in the Philippines should be modernized alongside the government's push to upgrade traditional jeepneys. While Marcos Jr. did not say if stiffer penalties would be imposed against traffic violators, the president underscored the need for discipline among drivers. The president gave the statement as he responded to letters from his supporters, one of whom asked about the phase-out of traditional jeepneys in the Philippines. While the government has been rolling out its public utility vehicle modernization program, which requires drivers to form cooperatives and upgrade to more eco-friendly vehicles, the president noted that jeepneys would not be totally removed from the streets. In another news, the House of Representatives is set to begin the deliberations on a resolution proposing amendments to the Constitution's restrictive economic provisions today, February 26, 2024. Senior Deputy Speaker and Pampanga 3rd District Representative Aurelio Gonzalez Jr., one of the authors of the resolution of both houses number 7, said the House would convert itself into a committee of the whole to expedite discussions. He said the House would conduct 3 hearings a week and try to obtain a vote on the proposals before the Holy Week recess of Congress next month. In the news outside the country, dire food shortages sent hundreds of Palestinians fleeing northern Gaza on February 25 as Israel's war against Hamas raged on despite stuttering efforts towards a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Desperate families in the north of the besieged war zone have been forced to scavenge for food as fighting and looting have stopped humanitarian aid trucks from reaching the devastated area. Hundreds fled northern Gaza and headed south whichever they could, walking down garbage-strewn roads between the blackened shells of bombed-out buildings. Israeli forces, meanwhile, kept striking targets across the Palestinian territory and battling Hamas militants in heavy urban combat centered on the southern city of Khan Yunis. In another news, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres repeated his call on February 23 for Russia to stop its ongoing invasion of Ukraine, while a group of some 50 members of the world body demanded Moscow's immediate withdrawal prior to the 2nd anniversary of the start of the war. Some 50 UN members, including the United States, Japan, and South Korea, as well as the European Union, released a statement calling for Russia to withdraw immediately from Ukraine and for other countries, including North Korea, to stop providing weapons to Moscow. The signatories demanded that Russia stop the war in Ukraine and ensure the full, immediate, and unconditional withdrawal of all Russian forces and military equipment from the territory of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders. And finally, Pope Francis on Sunday, February 25, called for a diplomatic solution to the war in Ukraine that would lead to a just and lasting peace. Heads of the Group of 7 major democracies on February 24 pledged to stand by war-weary Ukraine, and Western leaders traveled to Kyiv to show solidarity on the 2nd anniversary of Russia's invasion. Francis said he was also concerned about escalating violence in the east region of the Democratic Republic of Congo. And that ends our news break for today, February 26, 2024. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer Francia May Boras, and on the technical side, Chad Bobis. To our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Marilu Duca Castillo, under the supervision of our Governor, Governor Attorney Edsel Grex Lagman. Pinch hitting for Mr. Greg Haliare, this has been your anchor for today. I am Ella Silerio. Thank you for subscribing.